Oops, I missed the cue. Never mind. Here we are. It's Sunday, Baneblade Sunday, and it's me again. You've got double me this weekend because I was here yesterday. If you didn't see me yesterday, go and have a look at my YouTube channel and catch up and come back and tell me why you weren't here yesterday. But yes, here we are, Baneblade Sunday. The year is drawing to a close, and I really think that the Baneblade build is drawing to a close as well. I've just found a little bit off the never mind. Right, it's a little like shield of the top of the arm. Yes, as I say, it's drawing to a close now. I think it's about time where we got to the end of painting the Baneblade, and then I'll just go off and paint it all up and come back and show you all done. But tonight we're going to carry on. We're going to do a bit more painting, mainly chatting really, and things like that. And then next week it's Chris and I, or me and Chris, or however you want, however good your grammar is. But it's me and Chris next week to do a joint war hamster. Where I'll probably be putting the finishing touches for the live streams on the Baneblade, and then after that, the next time, I'll call it a war hamster stream as well, or something like that, and I'll get on with the that one, yes. But tonight, I shall be mostly painting dudes. I'm gonna have a go at painting some dudes. So there's this dude, and I've got some other dudes somewhere. No, that's not him. No, hang on. Oh, here he is. He's under the chieftain tank. I'll have a go at that one as well. I'll see what happens. It might be a car crash. It might be car crash TV. It's not a tutorial. It's an evening with Ted and watching Ted paint something and chat about things and doing all that. But yes, welcome one and all. Anyway, this day near Christmas, and who's in? We shall look back up to the very top. I know that Lynn sneaked in really early this afternoon because she was in ages and ages ago. I think she was in even before I set the stream up. So good evening to Lynn. Wendy wasn't far behind. You know what these women like. They like to get together, have a bit of a chat, and then swap the gossip before the show starts. And then I turned up, followed by Dad at Scaly Models, Plastic Monkey. Lynn, yeah, she came back again. Colin turned up. Sarah Jane, hi Sarah. I did see that later on down, Sarah was relaxing, waiting for me to start with a Malibu and a box of Pringles. So yes, Pringles. Is that I hope that's not the Christmas collection for the Pringles, because you've got to get your stock in, haven't you? All the chocolates, all the Quality Street, and the chocolates and the nuts. You've got to have nuts with the crackers. We spoke about this last night. Yes, you've got to have Brazil nuts. Whatever Fox says, you've got to have Brazil nuts. We keep going. Lynn's waiting for me. There it is, Sarah Jane sitting back with Malibu and a tube of Pringles waiting for me on the big telly. Yeah, oh gross. Scaly. Chris is in. Good here. Yes. Phyllis. Candy's in. Hi Candy. Hi Candy. Paul's in. Paul Tommaso. Phil Lewis. Zadster. Speedy Q. Fox is in. So what's catching up on the chat? I'm getting down as fast as I can. What's happening after the Baneblade then, Ted? Yes, yeah, I'm going to do that one, finish it all off, weather it up, paint it, and yeah, have a good time. Yeah, because these go together really well. So we can spend some time painting and weathering. Then after that, decisions. I'll have to decide what I'm going to do after that. More Baneblade. There needs to be another Baneblade with a different cannon, perhaps. maybe more lighting. Now we could do a we could do a Coca-Cola Baneblade, couldn't we, with lights all over. Lynn says she wasn't here due to a Christmas party, then another party after that, and setting up her telescope. That's good enough excuse. Party, yes, party time. Who could turn down a good party? Was it a finger buffet, or was it a sit down pie and peas, or anything? Yeah, you Canadians probably won't. I'll have pie and peas. Yeah, can't have a party without pie and peas. Even weddings these days, you don't sit down to have a proper 3-course meal. Pie and peas. B3 said, good evening, gang. Has the party started yet? The party's about to get going, dude. I haven't even mentioned drink of the night just yet. I haven't got that far. So you haven't missed it yet. That wyvern appears to make. I have got the tracks for it. I was leaving the tracks off to paint them separately, but I discovered that when I built the Baneblade, you don't actually need to leave them off. But yeah, we could soon glue them on. Athol says I was here is watching Kev T weekly video. So sorry. Yeah. It's alright, Athol, as long as you're here now, that's fine. Go bring a friend. Yeah, the punishment is you've got to go and bring a friend. So go and drag one in. That's it. Love the colour. There, red, she loves that colour. So, Dad, you're okay. It's and to clarify, it's not pie and peas or pie and peas. It's pie and peas. Ampersand is necessary. No, it's pie and peas. Pie and peas. Yeah. So it used to be a pub. Used to go to a pub, the General Burgoyne, near me, where the bartender used to stand behind the bar, and all night he would say out, "Pie and peas are lovely tonight." So you go and get your pie and peas. Candy, Ted. I don't have super chat, so I just kick some money into Ted's. Thank you. I don't have a super chat, so I kick some money into Ted's fundraising challenge, like I also did last February. Thanks for the great videos this year. Thank you, Candy. That's very kind of you. Yeah, the year is drawing to a close. Unfortunately, due to lockdowns and things like that, I couldn't get out as much as I like to get into the fells to get near to my Everest fundraising challenge. However, I'm almost at the target that I set myself to raise money for the stroke unit at the local hospital. So that's what the fundraising challenge is all about. So if you go along to my page, have a look at it. Thank you. But that's very generous of you. Thank you very much. We had barbecue, says Lynn, at the party. She had turkey and brisket, potato salad, pinto beans, okara. For dessert we had a butterfinger cake, chocolate cake, brownie, cake, party, cake, and trifle. Oh my God, says Fox, the General Burgoyne with the skull in the cupboard. Yes, that's the one. If you go in the bar, if you go in the snug, it's. I think since you were there, Fox, it's been knocked about a little bit. It used to be that you went in, you opened the door and you were immediately in the bar. It was just like you would imagine ye olde English pub, with all the locals sat in the bar, and you would get looked at as soon as you went in. But you would be directed or nodded by the barman to go into the snug, where you would go, and there'll be a great roaring fire there, some old trestle tables, and a random selection of chairs and stools, nothing matched, but it was just brilliant. There was, exposed beams. I'm just trying to set the scene like a good narrative. Oak beams, roaring fire, and at the side of the fire was a little cupboard, and you opened it, and there was a skull in there, a genuine, 100% human, non-fake, real skull. And it was supposed, it was somebody that didn't eat the pie and peas probably, but that's what it's all about. but they do still have that skull. However, the broth and the landlord, that will have been the landlord that you would have stood up and said, you've heard him shouting, pie and peas, lovely tonight. Yeah. Athol says he's in the 3rd tier, so no friends allowed. Oh, yeah. It's not gonna be the Christmas as it was, but we'll make up for it. Carry on down. I do apologise if I miss out your chat or conversation. Sometimes I know you're chatting amongst yourselves and I'm not quite into what's going on, but right, keep going down. Yeah. Right, keep going down. Yeah. Right, you all seem to be happy amongst yourselves. It's really good to see you. Who else has come in? Anybody else? Athol, Lynn, we've done them. Lord Barclay III, good evening. And you say, what's that strange sign above the fire mean? It's weird that Ted and I only met 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, we met sort of when we started doing the eModels channel. We met virtually and then came to a meet, I think probably at the eModels store or something like that, but we'll have to work out how far back we do go. But yeah, unbeknown to me, Fox used to come to Ulverston for his halls with his mum and dad. We may have passed in the street all them years ago and not known it. Good evening, Wendy Hickson. Lord Barclays, B3, right. Yeah, I wasn't arresting Fox at the time. We were young youths at the time. Anyway, March you gone. We'd better get something done, haven't we? We've been here 15 minutes and we've done nothing. Is this drink along with Ted? What are the rules? It is drink along with Ted, so, to Dave Carbon. Good evening to you. The rules of the game tonight is that every time I pick up the wrong brush or put the wrong paint on, or feel, any time that I just feel like it, I just have a drink like that. And tonight's drink of choice is gin. Yeah, it's gin. It's blood orange gin with Fever Tree aromatic tonic water, and it's very nice. It's aromatic tonic water flavoured with Angostura bark. So that's what that is. There appears to be a small floppy man in a hat at the bottom right of your mat. There is, yes. Oh, it's when I was looking for the dudes for this. I couldn't find it, but I found this guy. This is the guy that comes out of the kit with the egg plane. This is Skylar's egg plane. She sprayed it yesterday. All them years ago we started building it, and we got around to painting it yesterday. It was going to be white, but we all know what a horrid colour white is to spray and paint with, so I've got to do it green, and then we'll do some camouflage on it. So that's Skylar's, and that's a little dude to go with it. So that's a dude in the floppy hat. So it can, yeah, peace. That's what it is. Peace. Right. Sarah says her parents had their honeymoon in the Lake District. Then we used to have holidays each year up there. It's a glorious place to be, the Lake District. You can either go mix with the crowds, go to all the tourist spots, or just a 10-minute drive along the road and you could be in a secluded part of the lake, a secluded part of the Lake District, nobody else around, all on your own. Brilliant. And especially if you live here, that we know all the places to go. So yeah, if you want to find them places, get friendly with the local. Right, so shall we do something then? I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah, I did say I was going to try and paint these dudes. Now, I've watched a bit of Warhammer TV, and I've watched some clips that Fox sent me, and they all always tell you to paint it with strange paints, with strange names, and the only one I can find is Administratium Grey. I haven't a clue why I've got that, but it's the only one I can find. I know that I've got some more because I've got some in the original hexagonal citadel jars. I've got some of them somewhere and I can't find them. I've also got some flesh tone yeah, I've got some flesh tone stuff anyway, but I don't know where they are. So we're going to paint in ordinary colours. Any guess? Ted, we need to go. We used to go to the lakes for some hill scrambling and walk many times. Walk many a morning in a ditch. Back in the 70s. I remember it must have been back in the 70s because I started my Duke of Edinburgh. Where did I start it? 70, 79. Did my Duke of Edinburgh award with the training school when I was an apprentice, and I remember we walked around the Screes at Wasdale, and the weather was so bad we ended up sleeping in the toilets at the Langdale, the Wasdale Head Hotel. Yeah, that was us. Yeah, we did take advantage of the Wasdale Head Hotel before we got thrown out and had to sleep in the toilet, but that's it. That's another story. Right. Yeah, painting. Really good of you to chat tonight. That's what I like to see. Lots of chatting going on. Keeps me away from painting. But yeah, I could paint and chat at the same time. Now, I do believe that these dudes are supposed to be specific colours for specific armies, regiments, or whatever. But I shall paint them as I wish, because I like, as I want. So I do have some nice. Oops, dropped it. I do have some nice blue that I thought would contrast quite well with the tank. So this guy is going to be painted in blue. So remember, while I'm busy painting and got my tongue out the side of my mouth and concentrating, if you do want to catch my attention, please type your messages in bold. Yeah, it was such a deep bold it shook the camera. But yeah, type your message in bold so I can try and pick it up with my bad eyesight. One of the years we were there was a comet paying a visit. Was that with Bill Haley? And it's a bit runny. Needs a little bit more shaking. Bold. Did Ted say what he's sipping tonight? I got distracted and have missed the stuff. Yes, it's blood orange gin with Fever Tree aromatic tonic water. Very nice too. I didn't make it too strong tonight because I've got work tomorrow. I've got one day to go into work just to do some safety checks on the sites and things that we have. Yeah, it's a bit like that, but never mind. What we'll do, we'll put a nice base down, a nice deep royal blue. Lynn's obviously stargazing tonight. She's got her telescope in the car to acclimatise to the weather, to the heat. I would never have thought of doing that. So, tip of the night: if you're going out stargazing, acclimatise your telescope to the temperature. Thank you for that, Lynn. Well, really, yeah, something I wouldn't have thought of. So, we need 2 2 thin coats. Is that right? Is that right? So we'll try it. Well, yes. Ted's day tomorrow. Open the door. Is the building on fire? No. Closed door. Head home. That's it. Yes. Is the building still there? Ooh. Can see all the detail now. Now I'm starting to paint him. See all the details. Now once again we'll probably have some Warhammer geek, Warhammer rivet counter running around saying, no, don't paint him that colour. Yes, he's going to be blue because he's in a red tank. Yes. If you don't climatise it to the atmosphere, to the outside temp, you get a real bad wavy atmosphere things. And last of you, that's, yeah, see, tip of the day. So that when you or your kids get a telescope for Christmas, we can now tell them the things we learnt from Lynn. I bet they don't tell you that in the instruction book. Yeah, instructions. Take out of the box. 2. Point at sky. 3. Look through it. Wow. I suppose that's really why observatories don't have heating in them. You always see stargazers. Is it Patrick Moore? Stars at Night. Always have his big woolly coat on when he was stargazing. And mind you, it'd be a bit pointless, wouldn't it, just heating the sky, because when those observatory places open and they slide the roof back, a bit of a waste of time and energy putting the fire on, wouldn't it? So there we are. There's the first coat on that dude. Put a dark coat on, and then what we could do, we can use some of the lighter blue that we mistakenly got out before, and when we're ready for that, we'll do the highlights. Oh, it's all good. Try not to get paint on the rest of it. There we go. Let's have a look. A heater in a conservatory is the worst thing. In an conservatory, yeah. A heater in an observatory is the worst thing you can do. I guess because it would heat the telescope up and distort the lens and things like that. Especially these ultra fine ones that, because I know that they have refractive telescopes where they bounce the light, so if you get your mirrors sort of going out of line, I think that could be a problem. I'm just guessing here, Lynn. Lynn says she likes a snowman. Yes, I've got the snowman and I've got the tree. I've got the tree so that should anybody come up unannounced, yeah, gin? What gin? There we go. Yeah, tree, and yeah, I've got all the decorations up. I've got tinsel up as well. Phil's going to try and get his DSLR out, camera, and I take it that's what I mean. Digital single lens reflex. So right, we're painting the other dude. Now I get the idea that you paint everything and then you pick out the details later. Now perhaps I should have painted these before they went in, but hey ho. I treated myself to a nice shiny new plastic paint palette because I had one of those stainless steel ones and I left it in a horrendous state with dried paint and everything all over it because and I thought I'd be really clever and clean it off with some oven cleaner. Yeah, I didn't read the instructions where it says aluminium should not be used. This should not be used on an aluminium product. So that was the aluminium paint palette ruined. Yeah. Trying to paint this guy from all angles. Oh, where are we at? Right, yeah, to magic. Now you see the gin, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. Shazam, I think it's back again. We're all talking about, yeah, everybody's chatting to Lynn about her telescope. Ted, there's 2 ways to make the gin vanish and only one of them's fun. Yeah. Next time I need to get a bigger tree, one that you can get a bottle under. Moist. Yes. Today's word is moist. So I think we're just about all ready for Christmas here now. Presents have been bought. Presents are in the process of being wrapped. It's really a thing I don't do, but Mrs. Ted does the wrapping because I'm rubbish at it. Yeah, I should really have thought about painting this dude before I glued him together. Well, let's let him dry and we can start this one. Now once again, 2 thin coats. Yeah, he's well armed, this guy. He's got his sword and a ray gun. Yep, take no prisoners, this guy. And it's a bit easier to paint because he's got his arms out, which is very good of him. Arms up. Tongue out. Now painting Warhammer dudes glued in situ is part of the fun. Yeah. And look, I'm actually using, I can't see it, I'm actually using Citadel brushes. that's just so it, you know, I really feel the part. This is a Citadel standard brush. It's got the orange tip on it. Go back to Lynn's stargazing type thing. Yeah, I'm really impressed with these people that sort of can tell which constellation is which and know all the finer details about them, because I think the most I know is the Great Bear and how to use the Great Bear to find the North Star, and that's about as far as my knowledge of the solar system works, because other than Star Trek, I don't know anything about space. How the heavens, how the heck anybody can navigate via the stars? No. I'm afraid if I haven't got a GPS, we ain't going anywhere. Out of the dude, right? That's 3 dudes in basic sort of first coat of the uniform. Let's have a look. Blue, yes, yeah, blue looks good. I think we're on the right track here. Lynn's been stargazing for 10 years and she's still learning. Yeah, I think it's as a hobby. It's the same as this. We're all still learning. We think we know it all, but we don't until somebody comes along and shows us something different. Always willing to learn though. Always be willing to learn and never shut yourself off from learning more, because there's always somebody that knows more than you do, and you can take advantage of the knowledge. So great. Fox says he reckons the wear blue is the Dibner Armoured Battalion boiler suit uniform. Yes. Yeah. Did you like that? Yeah. It's going. Yeah, I think they're gonna be in blue with lots of bling. Right, well, really need to stop messing with them now. Otherwise we'll do too much. So we can do this dude's gun. Yeah, let's do the dude's gun. Just have a look. Yeah. It used to be hard, but that's now they've got computer logged into the scope and GPS on that. Yeah. Viejo gunmetal grey. Yep, there's still some in it. Give it a shaky. I think we need a bigger brush for this. We'll move from the standard brush to the large. No, that's not a large brush. I do have a large brush. Where have I got detail brush? Standard brush. I had a large brush. Where's that gone? Hang on. This'll do. Right. So we can give this a bit of a wash first with gunmetal grey. Just want to do the gun. I don't want to do the ammo box because that I've got to paint that different. I've just decided I've got to paint it different just to mix it up a bit, put a bit of colour into it because I like doing that. I didn't drill the gun out. No, I didn't get right of that. Who's Dibner, says Sarah Jane. Fred Dibner. Everybody knows Fred Dibner. Great steeplejack. And steam enthusiast. An engineer. Oh, go back. Model making guru based in Bolton. Search YouTube for Fred Dibner. Is a character. It does some series. It does a few series recently on TV. I think you can pick them up on YouTube about building canals and cathedrals and things like that. He's the sort of guy that would go on holiday and have his holiday around knocking a chimney down or something like that. So he'd take his wife at the time and kids to Bolton or something, to Halifax to knock a chimney down. And you'd see him sort of like 200 foot up in the air, no safety harness. His safety equipment consisted of a cloth cap and a cigarette. Yep. He said, yeah, I think he said to an apprentice once about, what about falling off? Oh, you'll only do it once, lad. Oh, that's it. Just reading through the chat. If this is a Dibner battalion tank, I think you should add a massive steam stacks. I've put some ladders on it. Yeah, remember how we used to load his Land Rover up with ladders? Yeah, have a little Series 3, a Series 2 Land Rover, I think, even. And he just used to stack it high with ladders. And off he'd go. Yeah. So yeah, this is now Fred Dibner's. Yeah, this is now going to be the Fred Dibner Battalion Baneblade. Hey lad. Do you like that? Sure, what next? Not quite dry yet. Still a bit to go. Bit of a flesh tone, I think. Let's do a flesh tone. Sarah remembers John Oakes climbing Nelson's column. That was scary stuff. No, Steve. Yeah, that's that was the. It wasn't with Fred Dibner, but it was the sort of thing that he did. Yeah, they just used to like a rope around them, quick ball in, tie them on, and up they go. Medium flesh tone. Yeah, it's the nearest I've got to. Near I've got to whatever name it is. So we want a fine detail brush. I should put deal like that down the barrel. Did you like that? I thought tonight that even if I didn't get the rest of the tank finished, at least I should have some dudes that actually had features to them. Yeah, excuse me while I just stick my tongue out to try and paint this. Now I must admit this is my first ever time of painting 40k dudes, so forgive my wrongdoings, but we'll get there in the end. I'll just catch up with chat again now. Flat cap, Lal tab, boiler suit with a 3-piece underneath, riser steam traction engine, with biting in hand. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's in the barrels on the back. By the best. Yeah, I don't think that skin tone is too far from the Citadel paint colours. Seems to have done the job. I did notice going through town the other day, although now the shops are all shut, that we actually have another Warhammer store in town, another independent dealer, not Citadel or Warhammer themselves, but an independent dealer that seems to stock the paints with strange names. So maybe when I'm looking and ready for some more things I can do for content, because I think I should keep up with a excuse me I should keep up with a Warhammer Warhamster Sunday output, something like that. Right, does this guy have gloves on? No, he hasn't. And then I can mix up Wednesday nights with some railway stuff and some model building stuff, because I think I quite fancy, if you saw my live stream last night doing some railway trucks, I had some quite good feedback from that. So if you'd like to see me doing some more railway stuff, weathering, not building railways, but painting and adapting and particularly weathering trucks and things like that, that's what I plan to do. Right, can we see, I don't know, can we see his face, or has he got a helmet? Is it a full face helmet? Let's have a look. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I need to go there and look at many things, says Fox. I will do. I'll get in there sometime. I'll wander in and pretend I know nothing and see how good the guy is at giving advice and things like that. Or is it one of these shops where you go in and they just look at you? Because those, yeah, right, I think he's got a face as well. Well, has anybody then planned? Lord Barkley says, I could have a train track running around the top of the loft. Yeah, I would. As I said last night, I'd like to have a train set, but I've just no way to put one. And I think it would be just another thing to spread my interests. It would spread my time what I do have on modelling a little bit too thinly. So I'd just like to concentrate. As I said last night, I'd like a train set, but I'd just like to concentrate on the building and the modelling of it rather than actually running it. So I could do some of that by painting and weathering trucks and doing some live streams and sort of getting the best of both worlds out of it. Sometimes with these figures you can't actually see what they are until you get some paint on them. And now he's coming together. I could see what I thought was a beard is now like a microphone coming around the front of his face. So we'll paint that again shortly. Right. Just to track one train, have it run while I work. Yeah, all around. This like a Santa Express in the Christmas shops at the moment. Shop managers are usually pretty good. Yeah, some are. It just depends whether it's a guy that owns a place, which he probably is, or a guy just employed to sit at the desk and sell things, as to what reception you get when you go in the shop. Because obviously I apart from do Baneblade, I know nothing about Warhammer. But as I said before, learning all the time. Right, he's dried. Let's give him another coat because we can still see some red paint coming through. Too thin. There we go. We're getting a nice royal blue on him now. So relaxing. Although I don't think I'd like an army of these to do. A bit, you know, could get a bit tedious. You've got how many is in an army? 10, 110. I don't know. How many would you have to paint to get a decent turnout on a tabletop game? Because what these are for. Oh, right. Lynn says, I would love to have a train set, but I don't want to spend the money right now. Yeah, that's the thing, the money in it. But to do the trains, the model railway modelling, it wouldn't be any different to what we do already. We've got all the right stuff. So just to paint and weather trucks, or even build some trucks, paint and weather, it wouldn't be any sort of extra sort of costs. Right. Right. Just got a tickle in the throat. Lord Barclay said, my oldest brother is 80, had a train layout in the loft, found out he'd dismantle it and chuck it out. He spent thousands on it. Ooh. Yeah. And you see on it, it's so easy to sell things these days and rather than have to throw them out. With eBay and Amazon, things like that. You don't realise how much you actually spend on a hobby. Like all the kit and the gear that I've got surrounding me now, I haven't a clue how much it is, or how much I've spent on it. But yeah, it would be frightening to sort of sit down and try and work out what it would cost to replace it. I could see where your optifizer comes in here, Fox, or your flippy glass things, but yeah, you get some detail as you get further into them. Let's give this dude a little bit more of a gunmetal, because I can see now that I've got some paint on it. There's actually a little skull with wings in there that we'll have to pick out to make it look good. Come around the front, come around the other side. Oh, chatting again. Oh, tanks a squadron. Athol says, Ted, 1,000 men plus officers. Wow. Yes. I think I'd be a bit fed up by then. But by the time you finish painting 1,000, you'd know how to do it. I'll paint that bit there. Paint the muzzle or the flash eliminator. Lynn had a train set in her closet for 20 years. It was left in our house when we moved and it was auctioned off. Look at rail magazines, there are lots of money in it, probably more than in it than our sort of modelling. I think you're fine with model railroad enthusiasts. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot just like to buy. Yeah, a lot just like to buy. They don't like to build or paint. They'd rather have it just out and up and running on the track. But each to their own. But I'd certainly like the idea of building and painting. It tends to be retired chaps with a good pension. And vicars, men of the clergy, you always seem to be real enthusiasts. Well, the Reverend W.D. Awdry, for instance, Thomas the Tank fame. Right, and we're getting on with this gun now. It's looking a bit more gunnish than grey. Oh, what else? Lynn says you've got about 5 to 6 thou in astronomy gear. Yeah, that's what you would. Yeah, that's what you'd spend. Yeah, when you get into the hobby, I bet there's a few £1,000 worth of kit in here. By the time you get airbrushes and compressors, brushes, paints. As Dave says, airbrush, compressor, there's 400 quid straight out the gate. Yeah, exactly. Then you've got lights, cameras, computers. Well, if you do live streaming, yeah, lights, cameras, computers. Hate to think how much your model stash is worth, says Sarah. Yeah, there's a stash as well. Yeah, I do have a stash, but yeah, I've not as big a stash as lots of other people have. Fox says an Imperial Guard army would need lots of dudes. They were really best to use armoured divisions. The troops are weak, effectively cannon fodder, known as blob troops. There we go. Fox has about 60 Imperial Guards, 30-40 Deathclaw, and a handful of tanks. One day I will paint them all. Who's me? Right, that's that one done. We'll leave him alone. I will do this dude's gun. Put a bit more water in there and we'll give it like a wash. And the darker paint will flow into the recesses. Now his gun looks a little bit like something off Ed Straker and UFO. It's got that sort of shape to it. And we'll give his sword a little bit of gunmetal on the hilt, but we'll polish up his sword and give him a nice shiny one. My optician's eyes lit up when he said he does scale models. Yeah, I had the same reaction when I told my dentist. The conversation came about that I was at the dentist and he got some tools out, and I was telling him I was petrified. I said I even have one of those scrapey type pointy sticky hook tools in my drawer, and I keep it at the back because I hate them. Oh, well, why have you got one of them? I said, because I build scale models. Turns out he was enthusiastic about it as I was. And that's why in the end I was able to get some nice dentist drill bits for drilling out portholes in the U-boat. So all comes in handy. Money well spent, says Steve. It is. We could be spending the same amount of money going to the pub or doing other unhealthy things, but this way's more rewarding and the wife knows where you are. That's right, back to his jacket. Concentration time. I do see now the use for one of those figure holders for holding your dude while you paint him, because if you handle him too much the paint wears off. We're getting there. Arthur says time he had his medicine, a coffee and a snack, so good night to you, sleep well. Good night, Arthur, thank you for dropping in. We'll be here a little bit longer just yet, just while we get on and paint some dudes. I'm having fun at this. Now then, what colour should we do his hat? I think all good skippers need to have a white hat. Yeah, I think we'll give him a seafarer's type hat. Just blue tack him to the point of paint. Yeah, I never thought of that. I'll do that next time. Takes the top off and starts to shake the paint, which isn't a good idea. I tell you, the drink's getting cold. Yeah. Being alcohol, you've got to drink it before it evaporates into the air. Just a blob. We all know how easy it is to paint white. it could have a white hat with a gold braid, a black peak. That should bling him up. It could be the Corps Commander, because anybody that's got a white hat is important. There we are. Right. Leave that to dry, because whites. The standing dude should have a base anyway. It should be in a box. It probably is. It probably is. Hang on, let's have a look. I think I recall seeing it in the box. Excuse the noise for the box. There it is. And look, I've still got them. More dudes to paint. So, yeah, we'll stick him on there sometime. Box noises. Athel, always a pleasure talking to you. You too, Athel. Keep in touch. Have a nice sleep. Yep, so there, he will go on. Aren't white hats with military aren't people with white hats military police? Yeah, that could be one. But these guys that wear white peak caps could be naval officers. I don't think there's a branch of the Navy other than the military police, snow caps. No, they have red ones. Yes, white. I think the white MPs are the Americans. Yeah. The UK MPs have red ones. And the Navy have white ones. But as is a skipper, yeah, he's going to be nice with her. Yeah, he's getting there. Red caps in the army says that's right, yes. Yeah, I thought white caps sold ice cream. That's it. Yes, this is the world's biggest ice cream truck. The Fred Dibner ice cream truck. Did you like that? So yeah, we can stick him on there then. And next time I can hold him by the base. Next time we come to paint him, I will hold him by the base. But yeah, he's already looking pretty good in there. Yeah. So, what do we need now? We need some silver. I think we'll do a bit of silver. I must remember to clean this palette out tonight. Start off as I mean to go on. Clean it up after you've used it. Otherwise you'll never clean it up and you'll just end up throwing it out, buying another one. Right, so we need fine detail brush. Detail brush. Fine detail brush, the yellow one. Try to get rid of all the stray hairs, put it all together. Pick out his medals on the chest. This is obviously a highly decorated battalion commander because he's got lots of silver. Right, and now we can go on to silver of the gun. The stubby cannon is is termed a sprinkle. Yeah, sprinklers. Mr. Whippy sprinkles. Sauce. Would you like strawberry sauce? Certainly. Stick it under the gun. Can you make it play music like an ice cream van? I could. Yep, Jennifer, if you're watching, we need SAR module, ice cream van, jingle. Yeah, that would really confuse the enemy, wouldn't it? You could drive up in your Baneblade. Enemy is nowhere in sight, so you turn the Mr. Whippy ice cream tune on and they all come out. Yes, sorted. War is won. Yep, because you could sneak up in your Baneblade, nobody would know you're coming, and they would oh, do I hear the ice cream van? Oh dear, it's a Baneblade. It's not Mr. Whippy. Lots of colours going around tonight. Whether they're right or whether they're wrong, yes. The top hatch is where the soft scoop machine is. The other hatch is for the guy that leans out and flogs your hokey DVDs. Yeah, Dad, the ice cream van's here. It's alright, I'll go. But can I come with you? No, it's alright, I'll go. I'll just go to the ice cream van. What colour should I do his helmet? Right, machine gunner with his big machine gun. What colour should I do his helmet? The grim darkness of the far future, there's only war and ice cream. Ice cream wars. Oh, right, we'll try and we'll pick out his microphone. Oops, a little bit on his jacket, never mind. There we are, and his sword. Zip. I won't be gruesome. I won't paint any blood red on the end of his sword or anything like that, because that's not my thing. Now these probably look pretty awesome now. Well, they do look pretty awesome so far, but I bet if I was to say, I'll post some pictures up on my Facebook channel later, they'll look pants when you photograph them. So maybe I'll post some pictures up, but they will be from far away. Brown for a leather tanker hat. Thank you. Yeah, an oddball type tanker hat. I do have some leather. Oh, I just noticed, now I've painted it, this sword is electric. It sounds like a song. The sword is electric. Here in my car, it was distant to fall. Right, you can go there. I haven't painted his boots yet. Lots to do. Yeah, the trick is to photograph them. Yeah, they will be far away. Let's do his hat now. White paint's dried. So, a little bit of black. A little bit of black. Or running out of black. It's a lot of colours in this. Oops. Never mind, I can use the black because we can do boots as well. Paint some of his leather webbing he's built. I was going to do some highlights on his blue jacket, but I haven't got around to that yet. Anyway, he has to be the boss because he's pointing. Concentrating, sorry, silence while I concentrate. I'll just finish painting his belt, then I'll come back to the chat and see what I catch up again. I do apologise if I missed anything. I might as well do his boots while I'm here. Boots. And yeah, I'm just confusing Fox's mind here as well while you're watching me paint left-handed. Dropped him. Oops, let his boots dry. Oh, tank crew, tanked up trouble. There needs to be an oddball tank driver. There is. He will be it. He will be the oddball tank driver. That's a great film, wasn't it? Ted's Good Humour ice cream tank. Yes. Boom! Bang! Would you like a break with that? His pointing at a burger tank. Yeah, burger tank. To the takeaway. Can I come too? Yes. Odd. Fox hasn't registered that yet. Yeah, it just can't grasp being a cack-hander. Yeah, I've got his shoulder flash to do yet, his little bit of shoulder armour, but we'll do that shortly with some gold and things. But I think we should do Machine Gunner Dude again. Do his hat now. I know what colour to do. Let's have a look. I think if I get some paint on it, I can then see what detail there is. Let's try this one. This is English uniform, near enough. That was too green because I haven't shook it up enough. Instead of shooting out shells, it shoots out ice cream bombs. Yes, peace and love to everybody. Hooray! All the children run out because the Baneblade is coming for free ice cream. That's better. We'll try that. Try a little bit of that. Let's try the other brush. Let's try that brush. May not be dark enough yet, but we'll give it a go. So I think with painting these, when I paint them properly, when I paint them later off screen, I'll get my optimizer out, because yes, there are bits and pieces that detail needs to be picked up with, because he's also got a microphone which will need another colour just to pick that out. But yeah, I think that colour's a little bit too bright, so we'll go for a darker brown. Just let that dry off, then we'll go darker. I'll put that one away and we'll get chocolate brown. That'll do. I'm sure I've got one that actually does say leather, but I can't find it. Right, we're not far off the end now, but I'll keep going until we've got this dude looking somewhere like. I think now a little bit of bronze. No. I think that would look quite good as a gunmetal. His shoulder patch, a nice gunmetal, and then we can pick out the detail on his shoulder with the dry brush of brass. Because if I get this guy finished, I can take a picture of him for you then and show you. on their Facebook page. That's what thumbs are for, by the way. Is thumbs are provided so you can just wipe the paint off when you get too much. We'll leave him to try. What else can we do with this fella? I don't know. And now that brown paint has dried on his helmet, it actually looks alright now. So I think we'll leave it. How's the chat going? Cats. Maybe talk about cats and the turkey in the oven, perhaps. Eh? That's what I was going to do. His ammo box was going to be black. So it will be. Let there be black. And then by the time we've dry brushed the ammunition with a bit of bronze or brass, it'll look cool. We're getting there. Now I had, to be honest, I really had put off painting these dudes because I didn't know what I was doing. But in all fairness, they've turned out not too bad. Still a little bit of work to do on them yet to make them pop a little bit. Still some highlights to do on their uniforms, but I think we have chose as blue against the red tank. It's yeah, it's pretty good. Let's just try this. What I'm going to do now is just go over. No, it's too bright. Yeah, it makes it look, yeah, it's too bright. It's the wrong colour. It's the wrong colour blue. So what we can do to blend it a little bit, let's get a blending brush. Yeah, it's not worked. So yeah. See that everything doesn't always work. Yeah, them highlights are too stark compared to the others, so I will tone it down a little bit with a bit more dark blue. I just lighten it up just to make them try a dark wash and then go back over with the original colour. Newlin oil works well, or blues. I don't have any. I do have some smoke. That could work. Oops. I've got the yellow smoke. I'll try that, but I'll let this dry off first, and then I'll mix some up. Using the original colour as a highlight once a wash as that. All right, yeah, hints and tips. See, something else you've learned. Not only have you learned about astronomy from Lynn tonight, you've learned washes from Fox. Oh, what else are we going to do? I promised that I'd finish this dude off, and I want a dry brush, a small one. That might do. I've got all the tops. Yeah, I've got all these caps off the brushes now. I must remember to put them all back on. Let's try brass. I'm afraid, Fox, I don't have any glazed mediums or anything like that. But when I've done it, it will work. Yeah, because I'm confident. Yeah, just a dry brush on his epaulets, just to bring out that decoration, whatever it is. I'll probably find now that I've glued it on upside down, but here you go. And his cap badge. Where else was there? There was something else to do as well. Oh yes, the side of that gun. Side of the gun. Little eagle on there. There we go. Probably can't see it, but it's there. I've done it. Yeah. Right, this dude's hat now. then we'll look about wrapping up for the night. Brown, we're going to do brown, weren't we? There really is a lot of colours going on tonight. And I don't want to press that too hard, otherwise it's going everywhere. No. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually a hat or is his hairstyle, but whichever way, he's now got brown hair. He now looks like something out of The Simpsons. Has that sort of cartoony type haircut. There we go. We're getting there. For the first effort, I don't think it's doing too bad. My model work says, I think this is where he realises he's had a blast doing a Baneblade, and I've got to do another. Yes, they are an easy, non-thinking, easy to build model that you can let your mind go and let your imagination go wild, and you can do what you want with them. I think, yeah, I will, yes, I'll admit that it has been fun to build. Really good fun. It's been easy. I've got myself around to do some live streams with it, and if it wasn't for Dad and Fox, it would perhaps never have happened. But yeah, we've been here now for a few weeks doing it, and I don't think once I've swore at it. I've swore at the breakdowns in the computerage and the internets, but it's been great fun. There, his colours are back a little bit. I can do some more on that later. Any more to do? Lynn says she's got a Baneblade lined up in Fox's store. Yeah, go and do it, Lynn, and then take some pictures of it as you're doing it. If you don't want to live stream it, hopefully you would live stream it or video it, put it on the tubes for us, and let's have a look. Never turning to the dark side of doing a Baneblade thing, Sarah. Yeah, it is the dark side, but you can maintain a grip on reality, and you could put one of these alongside your ordinary builds, and you, as I say, you could just let your imagination go. It's a non-thinking, a non-thinking person's build. Go together brilliantly, and you can have some great fun with it, and I've had some great fun with it. But next week I'll probably look at wrapping it up for the time being, and we'll put it on the back burner a little bit when I can do some painting and weathering and things off screen, and then I'll get back to it and come and show you it as it's all finished. And it's a pity really I can't really show you it in real life, because it does look pretty damn good. But I'll do my best to do some nice pictures of it. I'll take it outside when the sun comes back. I'll take it outside and do some nice daylight shots with the sun in the background and things like that, so you can see the proper colours, how they do all pop and things like that. But in the meantime, I'll do some Facebook pictures for tonight. Put them on Skipper Scale Models on the Facebook page. But yeah, the time is now 11:15, and yeah, it's really working the morning. I'd normally, oops, he fell over, stand up. Yeah, I'd normally knock it on the head about 1:30, but I've enjoyed myself so much that I've continued painting these fellas and enjoying it. But we'll leave it for tonight anyway. I thank you very much, everybody, once again, for really thank you very much for joining in. I will be back tomorrow night with e-models. It'll be our last one before the Christmas build, so hopefully you can come along and join us again. I'll be back on Wednesday. Don't forget, on Wednesday, as well as doing the Landwasserschlepper, we're going to have a Christmas quiz. We'll have a festive Christmas quiz on Wednesday. Bit of fun. Bring a drink. Whether we get any building done or whether we just end up with a quiz, we'll try to mix the two, but I can't see much building being done. But come along for that 9 o'clock on Wednesday. And then we're into sort of the Christmas period. Next week it's both of us, Chris and me and Chris, doing Warhamster. So I'll leave you with it tonight, but thank you very much for everybody for joining in. If I don't see you before, have a great Christmas, have a safe Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. But I look forward to seeing you, the rest of you, in the rest of the week. So thanks very much. I better go clean this palette up now, otherwise I'll forget and then I'll have to buy a new one. So anyway, thank you very much for joining in. It's been a great evening. Thank you all, and I'll see you all again. I'll leave you with some nice Baneblade music at the end. Alright, bye everyone. Bye. That one. Bye.